Okay, so the Marxist view of the police and courts, if capitalists reach court, they can afford to pay for the best lawyers. Okay, so we can say that capitalism and economic property and ownership and wealth create divisions between those who can afford to be protected by the law and those who are more criminalised by the law, such as the working class. The ruling class ensure if any laws define their actions as criminal, they will not carry harsh punishments. So the law tends to protect the rich and punish the poor. This promotes the status quo, it keeps the system the same, so that capitalism remains in place. Miliband argued the judiciary will side with the ruling class as they're from the same background, so the same elite social background. People like David Cameron from Eton, middle, upper class, aristocracy. Those kinds of people tend to be punished less, according to Marxists. This could also be supported by Althusser. Althusser is a neo-Marxist, but he talks about society in terms of the role of the police and courts as part of repressive state apparatus, promoting capitalism, so the police and courts are seen as maintaining the power of the rich. So the Marxist view can be criticised. Firstly, the functionists would argue that there is a meritocracy in society. People have put in the effort and have the ability to achieve high status and rewards, and therefore they deserve the best lawyers. So the Marxists overplay how capitalism is unfair and exploitative, and they ignore how it's meritocratic. And the police and courts are part of this fair system. The right realists would criticise the idea that the police and courts label and criminalise the working class. They would argue that crime is a choice, and the Marxists ignore this because they overplay the wider system and its criminalisation of the poor through the police and courts. The postmodernists would emphasise intersectionality and argue Marxism is focused on class but ignores the impact of other factors in terms of criminalisation, such as age, gender and ethnicity. The social action theories of interactionism support this, saying that Marxists are economically deterministic. They reduce everything to the economy and they ignore the small-scale processes of labelling in where the police and courts are involved in negotiation over the meanings attached to different groups. The Marxists ignore this because they focus on the wider economic system. Okay, so is everyone happy